Folks, this is an effort to try to get you started with Stellarium, the app that you should have on your phones at this point. Okay, so let's go through and talk about default settings and your first assignment with Stellarium. So if you click on the app, you may have already played around with it a little bit and have some different default settings than I do. So what you want to do is click on the three bars in the top, go to settings, and say reset settings. We want to get them all back to the default settings, and that's okay. That's a good place to start. Now for me, it starts out with us at daytime, here in Sparks, and then it moves to tonight. That's where I want it to be. So if I look at the bottom right, where there's my time, the time for us is set at dusk. If for some reason your time is set sometime in the day or later in the night, that's not really what you want. We want it set right around dusk because that's when we're actually going to be able to see stuff. You can reset it to the current time, but that doesn't really help you. We can't see any stars there. So again, we want ours set right at dusk, and that gives us a pretty good idea of what we'll see. So right around 8 or 9 o'clock or 2100. Okay, from here, if you go to the bottom left, there are a few settings you can also work on. So if you click on the bottom left, it pulls these up. And like the little blinking thing is telling me, I can long press for a menu. And so there are a few things that I want to see a little bit different here. We're going to play around with a lot of these, but for right now, you'll notice you can turn on or off your landscape. And so it shows you or doesn't show you the horizon. We're going to leave the horizon on for now, although you could turn it off. Or if you just scroll down, it starts to show you stuff below the horizon that you won't be able to see in our sky. Grid lines, we're going to just leave the grid lines off for now, but we may turn them on a little bit later. As far as constellations go, this is one where we're going to want to make a change. So if we hold that down for a second, it will pull this up. And what you want to do is you want to change it so that you do see the labels, that you do see the lines. You can leave the drawings on. I'm going to turn them off. But the big one you want is to turn off centered only. That way it shows you all the constellations around and not just the one that you're focused right on. So you want these default settings, and again, if you want to have the drawings on, that's okay. The other thing I want you to look at is the atmosphere button. The atmosphere button turns on or off the light that we have here in Reno, Nevada. So at dusk, there's going to be a little bit of light. You'll notice here, if we're looking off to the east, there's some light. As we move our way towards the west, we see some light near the horizon, and it kind of obscures some of the things that we're looking at. What we're going to do for now is turn that atmosphere off. So now it looks like we have a completely dark sky and we don't have any atmosphere invading us. These are the default settings. This is what you want to start with when using Stellarium today.